Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Kopp. Over the past month or month and a half now, we've been talking with Temple student athletes, coaches, and administrators about Temple Athletics' response to COVID-19, and we are happy to be joined by, I guess officially as of today, a rising sophomore on Temple's field hockey team, Megan Phillips. Megan, congratulations on finishing your last final. I guess freshman year is done.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So we've got a lot to talk about, and let's just get right into it. It's been about 6 weeks, I think, as we're talking here. We're on week 7 of the ongoing quarantine. So from your perspective as a student athlete, what have the last 6, 7 weeks been like for you since going back home? Obviously, both athletically and academically, trying to finish up this semester, and what were finals like?
hmm Well, it was definitely quite the transition, and I know we've heard from a bunch of people, but um, it definitely had to figure out a certain schedule and be in a space that you can completely focus on your work and not be distracted by what's going on around you. Um, I athletically, like, you're without your team, so it's tough, but you just find a way to get motivated and keep in the back of the head what our mission is and keep on that schedule and keep grinding. um, but with finals, that was definitely interesting. You're not in a room, you are on canvas, so or some people use Proctorio, or it'll watch you, but um, it was definitely interesting to take finals at home and sit down and not have those distractions, but got through it.
Well, congratulations on that. And I mean, so you just started here, obviously. You just finished your freshman year. So you're in high school, you leave, you go to college. Is it weird to get thrown back into this environment? Did it almost feel like being back in high school a little bit, or were you able to kind of get the separation and be able to get that space and focus the way you needed to?
I think I was able to. There was definitely some bumps in the road. One being Wi-Fi going in and out, especially when everyone is working in the house at once. And I know a lot of people experience problems with that. So it's hard when you're in class and you keep getting kicked out, or just have to get something done and you're struggling to have Wi-Fi connection. But besides that, I have a lot of support from my teammates, friends, and just your I think everyone's under this understanding that this time is tough and just get through it. So, yeah.
Well, obviously, you have been able to persevere through that because I've got a couple of academic highlights that I want to note here. And the first being that you were awarded the top freshman in the PR major here at Temple. So just tell me about that. Obviously, we all know the reputation of the Klein School and what a great college it is here at Temple. So for you to be awarded that, I'm sure has to be pretty special.
Yeah, it was definitely it was so exciting. I was pretty shocked about that. But it's cool when, you've been working hard throughout the year. I mean, everyone is, but just to have that honor was really great. And it was interesting because it was an online Zoom ceremony. So, like, I'm muted, my camera's off, and it was cool to just get to celebrate, and you don't have to stay composed. You can jump around with your family and be like, "Oh my gosh, this actually happened." So, yeah.
Well, that's great. And then the Dr. Jean Brodie Scholarship, you were also the recipient of that. Now, is that related to the top freshman in the PR major, or is that just a separate honor?
It's a separate honor. I applied for some of the scholarships back in over spring break, and I was really excited to get that one. Um, Dr. Jean Brodie was a professor at Temple, very respected, and it's great to get something in her name. And yeah.
So obviously, like we said, I think folks that know Temple know that the Klein School of Media and Communication is a great school. What was it, deciding to come in as a freshman? Did you know that you wanted to major in PR here? Did you have that kind of ambition before you started, or would just kind of take us through that decision?
Yeah, it was difficult for me because going into school, even back to high school when I was applying, I was so split whether I should apply to the Fox School of Business or go with Klein. Um, and ultimately, I was thinking about what I love to do. I love to write, um, and I'm really interested in like crisis communication. And I realized like I really have a passion for what's going on at the Klein School, and that's where I'm supposed to be. So I'm glad I made the right decision, I think.
Oh, clearly it's paying off for you. So as we start to look at moving ahead forward, I know we're all hopeful that things are going to snap back to some sense of normalcy or some sense of order here, and that the fall will go on as expected. So to that end, now that you're out of finals, you're into what would be, a summer off season anyway. What are you able to be doing to kind of get ready for a return to field hockey in 2020?
hmm Well, I think one of the most important things is that we're staying connected with our team. You got to keep that family together if you want to progress. And we also are acting as motivators for each other. Um, we know that we are not sure what the season's going to look like in the fall, but no matter what, we want to be ready for the competitions we're going to face. So I'm excited for us to progress and get better and show what we got.
Well, one thing we do know is that the competitions in 2019 looked really good for this team. I know you were a freshman, so you weren't here for the preceding 2 or 3 years, but obviously it was a massive improvement in terms of results, I think, in terms of style of play and execution. And so to be a part of that, I mean, what was the culture of the team? I know you've talked about kind of keeping that team atmosphere or mentality going over the summer, but stepping in as a freshman, what did you find the culture of Temple Field Hockey to be under Coach Chufo and under the leadership of those seniors in 2019?
Well, what I think is really special about our program, our coaching staff, and the leaders on the team is that everyone is pushed to be a leader on the team. Everyone has a role, no matter what year you are, what position you are in the field. Everyone has jobs. Everyone is expected to be a leader at practice, at games, even in the locker room, little stuff. It's just we're hold each other to a high standard, and we just have this energy that's really great. I think we all are very motivated to succeed and get better. Definitely a growth mindset, so it's very cool to be a part of.
Well, that's great. It was a lot of fun for us to watch, and I know among the many things we're looking forward to getting back to, it's getting back to Howarth Field and seeing what this team can do with another year of experience under their belt. So, thanks so much for taking some time to talk to us. Enjoy some downtime after finals, and hopefully we'll get to see you out there soon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. That is Megan Phillips from Temple Field Hockey joining us. I'm Kevin Kopp. As a reminder, we'll be checking in throughout the summer, so stay tuned for more interviews with Temple coaches, administrators, and student athletes. Stay safe. We'll see you soon.